Hi, hello. How are you? You know why we're here. You read the title of the video. I am going to be attending SNU language school and I need to be able to take my placement tests. I have actually finished all of my tests today and I do have my results, but I am going to wait until the end of the video so that we can find everything out in chronological order. So first off, let me explain some basic information. When you first get into language school, right before your first semester, I would say within 3 weeks before you are actually supposed to start classes, they're going to ask you to do a placement test. There's going to be 2 tests. One of them is going to be a written test, and then the other one is going to be an interview. For me in 2024, the tests were completely separated. A reading and writing test was online, and then the next test was almost a week and a half later, and it was just a 6-minute Zoom interview with one of the professors, and they asked me some questions. And if you are an absolute beginner, they do say that you can opt out of the placement test by communicating with the school, and they will just automatically put you into level 1. I did not explained well in the footage that I took while I was studying for the first placement test. I had quite literally just gotten off a 10 to 12 hour flight from Canada and I had just arrived in Korea. I was super jet lagged. I was just completely out of it trying to cram all of this studying in because I thought I was going to study so much more on my vacation to visit my parents, and I did not. I basically studied 1 chapter the entire time I was there, and I was supposed to study 2 textbooks worth of material, and I didn't. So I basically had to study an entire textbook in 1 day. How well did that go? Not well, I'm gonna be honest. It did not go well for me. I made flashcards for the vocabulary, and then I basically just read through the speaking and listening sections as reading practice, and then do the reading and writing section for each chapter. Then came the test. The test that I took was split into 3 very distinct sections of beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and you didn't actually have to continue on with the test unless you felt that you knew that material. So you could stop the test at any time and they would not mark any of the questions that you didn't actually answer. It was a bunch of multiple choice questions that were talking about kind of vocabulary and grammar specifically. And then there was 1 long answer question that gave me a prompt. And then when you were done, you could just submit it. I was hoping to get into level 2 or 3. But with the amount of studying I had done, realistically, I thought I could only hope to get into level 1 or 2. And then I had to take my speaking test. I am about to take my interview in about half an hour. I am very worried. I think I'm only going to get into level 1 because I did not study enough and I did not... I don't know, I just didn't prepare well enough, I think. I can do a little bit of recording myself like this during the interview, but I'm not going to show too much of it because just like the written test, I don't know if it's really ethical to be putting the interview online and kind of showing their questions and things like that. And then I think I'm going to know my results actually later today or even at the end of the interview. So we can get the results really soon. I'm happy to have this kind of stress finished with so that I can just relax a bit more and just be excited for the start of class instead of having this kind of pressure in my chest. Okay, I will see you when the test starts. 안녕하세요. 하나씩? 네. I basically wrote out some questions that I thought that they would ask me, and then I wrote out my answers in Korean and I would just practice saying those answers over and over. So some of the things that I wrote down to practice was how do I say my name? How do I say my age? How do I say where I'm from? My hobbies, and why I came to Korea, and why I wanted to study Korean and when did I come to Korea and how long have I been living in Korea. And I would say about half of them were relevant, and then my interviewer threw in some other questions. The interview was quite generous. The person that interviewed me was so kind, and she was willing to repeat herself if I needed her to repeat herself. It was a Zoom interview, so actually you could do that anywhere in the world as well. Although that one was a very specific time that they scheduled for you, and you were not allowed to change the time. Make sure that you're not booking your plane dates during the time slots of the placement interview, because it's not very flexible. You don't have to wait long to get your results at all. I got them before I even hung up the Zoom call. She actually said that she thought I was completely finished with level 1 and 30% of the way through level 2, which I have no idea how she got that specific of a number from my interview, but that's what she said at the end of the interview. So okay. Originally, I thought I'd be able to study my way into level 3, but I was absolutely delusional. I do not have that kind of self-study work ethic, so I'm really happy that I got into level 2. Now I know my level. I already have the level 2 textbooks, but I need to buy the level 2 workbooks. So I'm gonna go get those. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative about the level test. If you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe to my channel, Strawberry Kimchi Korean, and you can follow along my journey in Korean language school. And with that, I think I'll let you go. Bye!